Alright, what's up guys, this is Native Boy KTA, aka Native Flute, and today I'm going to be showing you how to defeat Rufus in the Rufus boss battle in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, you're going to go and put this in about 3 or 4 phases. There's nothing really too hard about this boss battle, but you know when you're dealing with RPGs, especially in Final Fantasy, you know, for some reason it's always the hardest thing, is usually the easiest thing when you get the strategy. So I'm going to break this down because it's kind of like a time-consuming boss battle. It's one of the longer boss battles because of the strategy that you have to use to beat them. Otherwise, you can end up dying, right? Now, luckily for me, I was able to do this first try. Like I said, it was about easy, medium. It's one of the last boss battles in the game. So let me put this in about 3 or 4 sections, right? So this is the boss guide. The first thing that you want to do with Rufus, as you can see, even the original, he had the dog with him this time. Now the dog is, I would say, a little different than the way that you have to fight it in the original. The main thing is that he still heals the dog, right? So you don't really have to worry about that if you're already expecting that, and you played the original. The first thing is you need to attack the dog first, and this is more important in the remake, and I would say that because based off the fact that it's not completely turn-based, because now we're playing on PS4. The dog is like more of a prop. So you would want to get rid of the dog first. The main thing also is you don't want to fight Rufus simultaneously with the dog, because this dude, like, it's kind of like he becomes the nuisance of you trying to fight the dog. If that kind of makes sense. Usually you be trying to fight him, you trying to get the dog out the way. You trying to fight the dog and he's the nuisance. Like he keeps coming in like a bitch and all type of shit, right? So what you need to do is you need to focus on the dog, it's as usual, and try to avoid him as much as possible. I think he has 2 guns, if I'm not mistaken, right? He has the automatic, which shoots like goes rapidly, and then he has the shotgun. Now the shotgun is the main problem. I don't know if it's just put like that. Like, I don't think the defense that you have really matters. It's gonna do that regardless. When he shoots you with the shotgun, it kind of blows you back. So it will literally distance you from the dog. So you want to be distanced away from him. That's the first thing I would say to do. Now, when you strike him with your sword, anytime, even if you have deadly dodge on, you roll around him. If you strike him with your sword, he's still going to, he's still going to end up slashing you. Pardon me. He's still going to end up shooting you with the shotgun. So that's the first part is the main part. It's actually like vital, because you might not even get to the second part if you don't really deal with it that way, or you might like run out of potions or run out of magic, and you don't want to run out of magic, right? Because the second part, right? Now when you're attacking the dog, I would recommend that you use fire, so you would be kind of distanced away from Rufus and the dog at the same time, because the dog's gonna fuck you up. Like, you understand, like, the dog is fully functional. This ain't 100% turn-based now, so it's kind of like that's like a nuisance on its own. I recommend you do not use Firaga, because when you have to use Firaga, as you know, in this game, he charges it up for a longer period of time based off if you use Fira, or Firaga. So I would kind of put it in the middle, and you can see that in this I use Fira. There's a couple of times I messed up and I kept using, and I realized, okay, it's taking too long. I recommend you use Fira. It's gonna do a good amount of damage, and then, it's not taking that long to charge up. If you try to use fire goods, you see you're basically gonna get hit. So it's basically no way to go around that. Now, once the dog is defeated, all right, keep distance from Rufus and do not attack him. So he's gonna do the same thing. Matter of fact, I think he does it. He's probably gonna do even worse. The thing with the shotgun. Now that the dog is defeated, right? As you're attacking Rufus, pardon me. When it comes to attacking Rufus, you have to stay like basically around him, but away from him at the same time. You're probably like, why is this? Well, the only way to attack Rufus is the same way with Fira. It's gonna stun him, and then when you stun him with Fira, you're gonna be able to attack him and use the sword or use your limit or whatever it is that limit break or whatever that you want to do, right? It's kind of like you pressure him and he falls down, and then you can start hitting him with the sword. When it comes to attacking Rufus, if you attack him, he's gonna shoot you with the shotgun the same way, and he doesn't really pull out the automatic rifle when he's face to face with you. He just blows you back. So you have to keep distance from him, but you have to be close enough, because in order for you to fill the ATB gauge, since you're not gonna be able to strike him, you're gonna need a block. So the best way to do this is you stay around him for when he shoots the assault rifle, and when he shoots the assault rifle, use your sword to block, and the ATB gauge will fill that way. So basically what you're doing is you're waiting for him to attack and for you to block it with this assault rifle, and then the ATB gauge goes up. Then when the ATB gauge goes up, that's when you can use Fira, right? Remember I said don't use Firaga. So when you use Fire or Fira, as you see, it's basically gonna put him like not staggered, but it's gonna put him in a pressure state, and he's gonna like get down on his knees, and you're gonna see that he's not really moving anymore. Now that's your time to attack as much as you want. Even if you want to go into operator mode and do a couple of slashes like that, that's the best thing. And then if you have the limit break, it's even better, because towards the end you see I defeat him with the triple slash. Now if you can keep doing this, stay close to him, but at the same time stay away from him. If you can block on time, and you know, like if you're a good blocker with Cloud in this game, then you know you already there. Wait till you use the assault rifle and block the sword. Block with the sword. Once you block with the sword, ATB gauge goes up. You use Fira. I'm pretty sure a Blizzard would work. I'm not sure specifically about Thunder. I mean, it might, but you know how there's certain enemies, there's certain things that might not pressure them the same way. I use Fire because mainly in this game, I find that if you use like on the soldier, like humans or any type of thing with flesh, right? Like, or even the machines too, but you know, machines usually you use Thunder. So I use Fire for him. I had Fire or Firaga equipped. Now, if you don't have Fira, like if you didn't use the fire materia a lot, then equip the fire materia and fire would work, but it probably would take longer. Now, if you use fire, I'm sure they probably wouldn't pressure him long enough, but you'll still be able to basically get a good amount of hits in. You see what I'm saying? I went into operator mode because I find when you do operator mode and they pressure the stagger, you know, that works better for me. And then you just dodge roll out of that before he gets up and does the shotgun thing. And if you keep doing this and repeating it, you know, it'd be basically one of the easiest boss battles. I think if I had knew this, because this was like I told you, I didn't die, so this is the first time I actually did it. I got it in one try on normal mode, right? So basically, you know, that's basically it. It probably would have took me about 8 minutes. It would have took me like not that much more, it would that much less of time, because basically I kind of caught on like quick, like, okay, if I keep attacking him, you know, is this motherfucker's gonna shotgun me? All right, so if you do that, basically, I mean, you'll be all right. I haven't really came across too much people that had a problem with this boss battle, but like, if you're impatient, this is gonna be like one of the hardest bosses in the game. Like, this is really where they test you on your patience. Like, you tempted to attack him and be like, I gotta wait and get this thing up, right? You might need a cure a couple of times, so it's good if you have cure. Also, given a Cloud, basically fire, cure. I think you could also use Thunder on the dog, and not even just Rufus. Yeah, that's basically it. When you break it down like that, it's kind of simple. That's basically the boss guide for Rufus. If you guys got any questions, you could ask me in the comments, or if you want me to explain the video a little more, the details or whatever. I'll try to put a simplified version in the description with the step 1, the step 2, and the step 3. But yeah, that's basically it. It's the native boy KTA, and this is my boss guide on Rufus. See you guys later. Peace.